Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Audi Q3 S Line. This model is finished off in Arcona White, and with options, MSRP is just over $49,000. This has the black optics package, the 19-inch wheels, infotainment, driver assistance, and a really nice color combo with those seats. So let's start off with what this is powered by, which is the more powerful 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo. This is paired to the 7-speed automatic. It now pumps out 255 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. It's all-wheel drive. It'll do 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. As far as MPG goes, you're looking at 22 in the city, 29 out on the highway, and ground clearance is just over 7 inches. This has an off-road mode, so if you had to take this off the pavement, you have the all-wheel drive and some good ground clearance. Now up front for this latest design, there's a split between the DRLs and turn signals, headlights and high beams in the lower section, where there's more gloss black to blend those in nicely. The Audi badge is also the sensor. There's a forward camera, the hexagonal grille with plenty of cutouts. With the cutouts in the lower section, there's active grille shutters just behind that, and then some smooth lines coming down the hood. So it really gives it a sporty front end for this smaller vehicle. Now this has those 19-inch wheels with the two-tone design, the body-colored fender arches there, along with some nice lines in the lower side skirt. Now this also has the power folding side mirrors, which have the gloss black cap there and then the camera and turn signal. There's more gloss black for the window trim, the roof racks, and this has a full moonroof up top. You'll notice some nice proportions for the smaller vehicle with the lines and edges, and the upper window trim works its way to this back section here, which is a nice blend. Now in back, this has the same split design. So the brake lights are up top, and then there's the turn signal in the lower section with the light up LED bar, which is neat. There's the backup camera, parking sensors, and more gloss black accents. Now you can use the key fob or the release underneath to gain access to the cargo space, where for a smaller vehicle, this is going to be very practical. This does have a spare tire. You might be able to put some smaller items under there if needed. There's a 12-volt with storage, another storage bin on the right side, some dome lights, and then you can remove this and fold the back seats down to get a little bit more space. And then up top, you have lock, you can close the liftgate, and this also has the hands-free option. So you can use that if your hands are full of bags or groceries. That is another nice way to open it up or close it. Now this also has proximity door handles, so you can grab all 4 to lock and unlock this. And this has some soft touch materials, storage in the lower section, Sonos for the audio, and then you even get storage right here in between the seat and the door. Now this has the Tamard brown interior, and if I pull this release, you can fold the seat down with that headrest and lock these into place, where you get a flat surface there to place in some items, and you can recline them back slightly. Now they do move forwards and backwards, which is nice. So depending on the legroom or cargo space that you need. And at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's storage pockets, auxiliaries, vents, even a temperature adjustment, and I have about 1.5 inches or 2 of headroom. So I could ride around town, be comfortable. You might be able to fit a car seat back here with how much space there is. And then you can also fold this middle seat down individually if needed. You do have some large cargo windows there, so you can easily see around. And you'll also notice Audi Q3 at the base of the windows there. Now this has automatic windows, even heated side mirrors, and then memory seats, liftgate release, more storage too, and then the automatic front seats. It is a low vehicle too, so it's easy to enter. And as we start this up, this has a leather steering wheel. There's paddle shifters behind it. It gets a heated steering wheel, volume tuning, Bluetooth and voice commands, and there's also a favorites control. So you can set this up to what you use the most. On the left side, there's the cruise control stalk with distance pacing, and then above that you can go through the virtual cockpit. So if you push on view, you can adjust the background that you would like to see, and then you can also look at information on that left side. So you can use the left or the right control to scroll through those, and then when you get to routes, you can scroll up and down to look at some of that information, and you can pull that up. It doesn't matter which screen you are looking at for that background. There's also lane keeping assist, and then behind that, we have the stalk for the turn signal. On the left, there's also wiper blade adjustments. On the right side, this is how you put it into reverse. So you can pull up the 360 camera system and go through all these angles. Drive and sport mode are going to be in the lower section, but still with that, you can still push on these, even get into some full screen angles, and then park's located on the end of that stalk. Now on the left side, you have some storage, headlight adjustments, wood trim with ambient lighting, there's one air vent, and then with the rest of the infotainment system, you have a good bit to go through. So there's a split home screen, there's navigation and music, you can pair your phone, and then you can get into the favorites there, or you can go back, get into drive select, so you have the various driving modes, you can get into lights, displays, services, and then you have a lot more here to configure. Now this also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then several other apps here to get into as needed. With the lower section too, you can get into the heated seats. There's also temperature adjustments. You can go into the menu for the climates, even control the rears too, which is nice. And then there's some defrosters as well. You get more ambient lighting along with vents, a shortcut to drive select. You can get to traction control, engine start stop, the hazards, a shortcut to the camera system, and then the last one is for the various tech features that are available. So you can go through all of these, turn them on and off, just depending on what you need to use and how you want the vehicle to react. There's also wireless charging with auxiliaries. There's volume, e-brake, cup holders, more lighting. You get some storage in the armrest, a locking glove box, and then garage door buttons, touch sensitive dome lights, and if you just swipe your finger right in the middle, that's how you can open and close the sunroof along with the sunshade. So it's not an actual physical button, basically touch sensitive like those dome lights. And then you have a good bit of visibility in both directions. And still in dynamic mode, second gear, here we go. And as we get up to speed, not all that loud, which is of course nice, especially for this type of vehicle. And even taking a turn like that at speed, it does really well. Now with the rest of the driving modes, there's not too much of a difference between them, but you do have some throttle input that will be different. And when you go into off-road plus, it will turn off traction control. So there's a few behind the scene changes, but nothing too significant for the normal 3 or daily driving modes there. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest Audi Q3. You have a really nice outlook from the driver's seat here. And with this large screen, it does stick up past the dash here, but I think it's still integrated. It's about in line with the steering wheel where this is currently placed. This does have a manual adjustment for the steering wheel, so you do have that lever on the side there, but it's nice that it's not crazy high. So even if you're a little bit shorter than me in this seat, you're still going to have a good outlook over the front here. As far as the maneuverability goes now for this smaller vehicle, let's see if we can do this without having to back up. I think we will. Still a pretty tight turning radius, however. But again, with how small it is, this is going to be very easy to maneuver in parking situations. And then we'll get back up to speed here in the sport shift. So we'll let the vehicle do the shifting. So you have 3 different ways that you can shift this depending on how you feel for the day. But super comfortable to be in the driver's seat with the armrest here. You have a pretty high windowsill, so you feel kind of low, but you have a high seating position, if that makes sense, with how high this is here. But overall, fantastic latest design from Audi. For the price too, very competitive with other models that are available. So of course, just depends on your preference with tech features. I like that with this Audi, it doesn't have that dual screen setup anymore, which some other Audi models still have. I think this is a really nice blend to have everything in one larger screen, especially to view your phone and all the information that you will have, and just very user-friendly. Not a lot of tech, but it's easy to go through what is available for this. So it would make for a great daily driver, something that is still practical for its smaller size, and one that you can just rack up the miles on and be very comfortable behind this luxury-focused SUV. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Audi Q3. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.